A school district of the future prepares lifelong learners to demonstrate mastery of 21st century competencies that will equip them for continuous success.
DeKalb County School District is a leader in K-12 and early childhood education and has developed a comprehensive master plan to ensure school improvements are made throughout the DCSD community.
Students can reach their fullest potential and excel when schools are well maintained and capital resources are up to date.
Whether it's state-of-the-art learning spaces, our 7 robotic programs, renovated and innovative schools, or technology devices for every child,
these resources and investments not only benefit the DCSD community, but also the taxpayers of DeKalb County.
A top priority for DCSD is supporting social and emotional skills of young learners and their families, and our Early Learning Center addresses the readiness gap.
Every 5 years, we assess DCSD schools and facilities, technology equipment, and examine construction to address overcrowding and to accommodate growth so that DCSD scholars can thrive. To achieve and excel, we provide technology at your fingertips with anytime, anywhere access, infrastructure enhancements, business system integration, and instructional tools to support top-of-the-line connectivity and cybersecurity, and a family impact hub that meets diverse families where they are.
So, how do we pay for these general improvements to impact student achievement and positively affect the DCSD community?
E-SPLOST is a 1-penny sales tax that allows school districts to fund their capital improvements. The voters of DeKalb County will be asked to extend the 1-penny sales tax for another 5 years. This education special purpose local option sales tax is critical to building our children's future and equipping our community for success.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is our November 16th, 2022 meeting. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, but I hear some other background noise.
Yeah, I have my granddaughter. She's back in the
Okay, no
That's
problem.
my little coworker.
Okay,
So
we can hear you just fine.
Okay, awesome. Let's see. Let me go to our. Okay, I see Robert Little is in the attendees session. He should be a panelist. So I'm not sure if he was given the wrong and incorrect link. So I want to make sure that we capture his attendance. All right, so it is now 6:05.
Hey, Kathy.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's Richard. I was just gonna, hey, Richard, can you send Robert Little a link? And if you don't have his email, Monica, if you could send Robert's email to Richard, and that way we can get him a link to join as a panelist. It might have been sent to him, just buried in his email, but if we just go ahead and get the email sent now, we can get him added over as a panelist so he can speak when he needs to. Nope, he just looked like he just closed off. Yeah, okay, he's on now as a panelist.
Okay, good. All right, awesome. So it is now 6:05 and I'm officially calling our meeting to order. We're obviously not going to welcome our visitors, but we do welcome our visitors because our visitors can't speak. Next on the agenda, Mel, I'm not sure if can you share your screen with the agenda? Thank you so much, sir. Review and approval of the November 16th, 2022 meeting agenda. Are there any corrections, any additions, any deletions to the agenda?
So one that Kathy, we didn't talk about, and we can either add to the agenda or we can talk offline, is the we did send out the calendar for meetings for next year. And one thing that I did.
Yeah, you know what, Richard, can we handle that under announcements, please?
Yep, sure can.
Okay, awesome. One addition will be under 9C. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, it's already there. 9B, introduction of a new member and all members. Okay, so can we, by unanimous consent, if there are no objections, agree to the November 16, 2022 meeting agenda as distributed? If there are no objections. All right, hearing none, the meeting agenda is approved for November 16, 2022. The next on our agenda is review and approval of the meeting minutes from October 26, 2022. Are there any additions, corrections to the minutes? All right, hearing nothing, can we, by unanimous consent, if there are no objections, approve the meeting minutes from October 26, 2022 as distributed? All right, hearing nothing, the meeting minutes for October 26, 2022 are now approved as distributed. The next on our agenda is discuss follow-up matters from prior meeting, the report on the E-SPLOST items presented at the November 2022 Board of Education meeting.
All right, so there were two items that were presented that were E-SPLOST related. The first was the approval of the professional architectural and engineering services for new Sequoia High School and Middle School to the architects Goodwin Mills K. Wood. The second E-SPLOST item was the creation of two projects, Project 901 for program management and Project 902 for DCSD program management staff. So both of those were approved. Any questions on those?
Okay, Richard, you want to go into number 5?
Yeah, in the number 5, yes. So there were two items, two contracts that were approved. The first one was a CARES funded project. That's for roof replacement services for Avondale Elementary School, Mary Methune Middle School, Columbia Middle School. Those three went to Centennial Contractors for $10,679,200. And then Lithonia Middle School, Coralwood Center, and International Student Center went to SRS Incorporated for $8,864,000. So that was one item, but there was, sorry, I just saw that. So I started my video, but I might move off camera because I'm reading out of a notebook as well. So those were one agenda item, but it was split between two companies. And then the second was, let's see, the second item was the architectural services item for Sequoia Middle School and High School that I just read out for Goodwin, Mills, and Cadewood for a not to exceed amount of $9 million. So that's item 4A and 5.
All right, any questions in regards to the contract award list?
Yeah, I got a quick question. For those items that are funded by the CARES project, are those tracked as on the E-SPLOST report? How are those tracked?
They're not, because this the SPLOST report is just that. They're not managed by AECOM. Those are DCSD staff, and it's separate, like the other SPLOST expenditures.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, are there any other questions? All right, we will move right along on our agenda. The next item on our agenda are review of community feedback. Daniel?
Thank you, Madam Chair. There were two main emails that came through since the last meeting. One was a question about the fiscal year 21 documents, more specifically for the audits and reports. And second email was regarding Hightower Elementary School, project 31334. Well, basically just a follow-up email regarding Hightower Elementary School.
And then there was a third that was for the asking about the videos, which we've gotten the videos uploaded to the E-SPLOST website. They had been uploaded to YouTube, and we have those all uploaded to the SPLOST Advisory Committee's website as well now. Also, I've replied to the other two emails. Let's see, the first one, let me get them in order. So the first one, the Hightower Elementary School, that project, it was substantially complete on July 31st, 2022. The reason why it's still showing as in construction is because there are a couple of change orders that the district has requested. Those are under review, things that we're looking at. And once we determine if we want to proceed with those change orders, then the project will either remain in construction while those change orders are completed, or the project will be moved to close out. And then the item for the audit, the auditor is still working on the FY21 audit. So the last audit that was done, it was completed last August, August of 21. That was for FY20. They are still working. There was some concern and discussion about this audit and the comprehensive financial audit for SPLOST 4 and 5. We got that issue resolved with the vendor, and they are working on the audit package now. And I've asked for an update on the timeline, and when I get that, I'll send that to the committee. I think that was the three that we've recently gotten in.
Yes, sir. That is it for the past month.
All right. Any questions from the committee? All right. So the next on our agenda item is the MSR review. Now.
Thank you, Kathy. Good evening, everybody. We're going to use our executive summary of the MSR for our review this period. Kathy, if you don't mind, our actual full book MSR likely to be published tomorrow. This should be, I think, informative for the team. As far as
Yeah, you know what? Now we're looking at I think we're looking at your email, somebody's email.
That's mine.
Okay.
So let's try to share again, please. You didn't want to work on any of those, did you, for me? Let's try. Here we go. Is that the DeKalb County E-SPLOST 5 program October 2022 summary? Thank you. For procurement, in October, one project was advertised for AE services. That was number 36235. That's design services for the new Dresden Elementary. No projects were advertised for builder services, and no contracts were awarded for AE services or builder services in October. As far as our budget and cost status, all of your SPLOST 4 construction project budgets were in good shape. Recall, you get green highlights on the MSR tables 8 and 10A through 10H, depicting that. For SPLOST 5, all project budgets and cost performance ratios were in good shape as well, with the exception of 34435, that's Midvale Elementary. And there's no real issue or danger there. There's a budget transfer pending for DCSD's approval. And as soon as that button is clicked, yes, that'll take care of that cost performance ratio. You may remember Midvale was one of those projects that had a scope increase and associated budget increase from the October board meeting. In terms of our major construction projects, the Cedar Grove Auditorium is 99% complete. Happy to report that the builder did get final inspections signed off for plumbing, electric, mechanical, low voltage electrical, and the only thing left now is final inspection for the elevator site development, and that'll lead to fire marshal final inspection for substantial completion. For Hambrick Elementary, the fire protection and security vestibule work is planned to restart during the winter break. Actually, I think the security vestibule we're likely to hit during the winter break, and that fire protection work may stagger over our available breaks from winter through to summer. For Freedom Middle School, we note that selective demolition and bulkhead construction is ongoing, and it's pretty much ready for installation of the ballistic storefronts. At Kittredge Magnet, that Gym HC project is underway. We're currently reviewing and approving submittals, and the material procurement process is active. For your Druid Hills High School and Redan High School baseball, by way of reminder, Druid Hills High School plays its baseball at the middle school, Druid Hills Middle School. And at the end of October, grading for the new field was ongoing. They were preparing for the installation of sod. And at Redan, that your new irrigation systems installed and infield grading was active. The last project in our turf and track group B is Lakeside High School. You may remember the asphalt underlayment was in poor condition. That had to be replaced. That's done. And rubber track installation has commenced. As far as our ADA restroom upgrades, Pine Ridge, Kelly Lake, Canby Lane, McClendon, Sagamore, Hills Elementaries, basically essentially complete. Some flooring at Canby Lane remains, and we're being told there's some delays in the delivery of that flooring material. Security Vestibule Group A, you can see that that's Bob Mathis, Cedar Grove, Columbia, Rainbow, Wadsworth Magnet Elementaries, along with the International Student Center, Stevenson Middle School, and Stone Mountain High School. The security film is 90% complete, and the builder did get transaction windows installed at Bob Mathis, Cedar Grove, Rainbow, Woodridge Elementary, and Stevenson Middle School. And storefront deliveries were expected in mid-November, basically this week. Don't have confirmation yet today that happened, but we'll be looking tomorrow, and then we'll be able to coordinate construction on a school-by-school basis. Security Vestibules Group B includes Briar Lake Elementary, Chestnut, Vanderlyn Elementaries, along with DeKalb Early College, Academy, DECA, Elizabeth Andrews High School, and Henderson Middle School. And the security film is 90% complete at all those locations. And that builder is expecting those storefront deliveries essentially this week as well. In fact, it's the same supplier behind both of the contractors for Group A and Group B. Once that stuff's on site, we'll be able to hammer the general contractor to give us some firm completion dates. Your athletic field fencing works complete at Arabia Mountain, Cedar Grove, Clarkston, Columbia, Dunwoody, Lithonia, Martin Luther King, McNair, Miller Grove, Southwest DeKalb, and Tucker High Schools, and punch list work is active. And future work at Druid Hills Middle, Lakeside, Martin Luther King, McNair, Stevenson, Stone Mountain, and Towers High School. I think that contract completion date is May of 2023, so we expect to get those done by then. In terms of delays to the projects, there are no new delays reported. Previous delays we reported, probably could talk about a few of them. We mentioned security vestibule, Group A and B. We've been waiting for the storefront and ballistic glazing deliveries. One builder tells us they think they can complete over the Christmas holidays. Another builder tells us it might be in January. So we'll be having conversations with them again next week and the week after to try to reevaluate those schedules and pull those in as tight as we can. Probably should mention Hambrick. There's a security vestibule there. That's expected to be completed over the winter break. And the vestibule at Freedom, hopefully, we'll be able to complete over the winter break. We need to talk more with the GC and coordinate that with the school. We mentioned Cedar Grove Auditorium previously because it was extremely delayed. We're happy to say that fire marshal approval basically releases us as substantially complete. We're shooting for that. We're hoping this month. There's still a chance. We've got our fingers crossed.
Hey, Mel.
Yes, Kathy.
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. I am really struggling.
I'm sorry. Let me see if I can turn my mic up a little bit. Is that any better?
No, it's about the same. I don't know. It may be just me. I don't know.
I'm trying to dial the volume up here. It looks like I've got it at max. I'll talk louder. I'm sorry about that. I'll talk louder. The next project probably want to mention briefly. Tony Elementary, and in fact, Livesey Elementary and DeKalb High School Technology South fall into the same category. They were put on hold due to the CMP recommendations. They've been recently reactivated by the district, so we'll need to re-baseline those schedules. Livesey's AE procurement, DeKalb High School Technology South AE procurement should launch in January 2023. Another one of note might be Dresden. That project was originally, at least the scope of the original project was canceled, but it's been replaced now with this project 36235, which is designed at the elementary school. I think intended basically to house the old Dresden population and Terry Reynolds population. Most everything else on the list we talked about before. All of these were, generally speaking, projects that had scope additions. Those budget and scope additions had to be approved by the board. Eventually, they have been, and more will be approved, and we'll need to re-baseline all those projects once we have better information with a contractor or builder. There were no requests or claims by the architect, engineers, or the builders, and there were no change orders approved for the period. I think we did have a few progress photos that we could share. Let's see if I can pull those up. Okay, here we go. This would be Druid Hills Middle School baseball, Druid Hills High School baseball at Druid Hills Middle School, more specifically. Work on subgrading of the field area. Spoiler alert, the sod installation actually commenced. We hope to have it finished up in the next week, and that hopefully gives us time for that sod to grow or catch and be ready for February 15th start of practice season, or I'm sorry, competition season. Here is the transaction window at Bob Mathis. Easy to see. Transaction window at Cedar Grove Elementary, at Rainbow Elementary, Stevenson Middle School, Woodridge Elementary. What we noticed there is the security vestibule installations are like custom jobs at each location. There's no one cookie cutter. Each one has to be kind of tailored to the conditions at that particular site. And we mentioned Lakeside High School turf and track. There's a couple shots of the finished product. Kathy, that concludes my formal report. I'm happy to take questions.
Okay, are there any questions for Mel? And Mel, I don't know what you need to do because I have my volume all the way up. I can't lean anymore into my laptop to hear because like I said, I struggle to hear anything that you said.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I do have my volume up at 100% as well. I'll do something for next meeting, that's for sure. My apologies.
Okay, well, we got a couple months to work on that.
That's true.
So, all right, any questions for Mel in regards to the report? And Mel, can you briefly speak on why we don't have the MSR report?
Yes, I can. We were advised over a month ago that there wasn't a plan for an October 2022 MSR report in the old format. So we did not prepare for that, but we were told late last week that we should go ahead and prepare that. So we're doing that now. We expect to have it ready tomorrow.
Okay. And normally, I mean, our meetings would have been, this meeting would have been on the 30th, but the committee decided to move it due to the Thanksgiving holiday to the 16th. So that's why the report is not ready. I mean, that's why we don't have the report.
Same for the board directives as well. Normally, we would have gotten those this week and they'd be available for the meeting that's, you know, our typical meeting on the 4th Wednesday of each month.
Yeah. All right. Moving right along to the next facilities maintenance report, the work order report update.
All right, I am going to share this screen. Can everyone see the work order data dashboards?
We don't,
Yeah.
we don't see anything, Richard.
Oh, here we go. I picked the screen, I just did not pick share. How about now?
Yes.
There it
Yes,
is. Thank you.
Okay, so I think I went over last time where this information is. You can see here the web address, DeKalbSchools.ga.org /data dashboards, and you go to operations here, and this brings up the work orders. You'll note that the what we have here is the total work orders as of October 21st. So the data is compiled once a month. This would have been right before our last meeting, but I do not believe we had Octobers at that point. I think last month we did went over November's. So I was going to go over where we are in the difference between October and November's. So of the 6,189 work orders that are there, we have 3,277 that have been completed. And this will grow each month. So last month we had 4,659 total work orders, and we had 2,021 that were closed. So we have we've added 1,530 work orders, and of that difference between the 4,600 and the 6,100, we've closed an additional 1,256 work orders. We also have in the approved category here, we have 1,887 that have been approved as work orders. Those requests that, you know, they come in as we discussed before, the work order comes in as a work order request, and then the facility managers approve those as a work order. If they're not approved, it's typically because it's something that the local school, either the plant engineer or the head custodian should do. And, you know, things like changing light bulbs or replacing toilet seats, things like that. And those have been work orders that we've received in the past, that those are actually things that the local schoolhouse should do. So we have, let's see, last month we had 1,657 approved. We've approved an additional 220 of those. And of course, these over this month time, these are transitioning from new and approved, in progress, and then closed out. I'm just showing how the totals are growing each month. We've also had in progress, currently we have 1,002 work orders that are in progress. Last month we had 973. So we're working on those. And then the number that you can't see, it's very hard to get it to stick on, is the new work orders, ones that have come in recently. And we've had in October, or as of the October 21st, there were 33 new ones that had not been transitioned over to an approved, or even moved even further into an in progress or completed work order. So we're continuing to work on these. As I said, we do have, the number won't show up there, 3,277 that we've completed out. So we're working to get these caught up to date and closed out. You can see also this same information for each region, region 1 through 7. So you can see in region 1, and I won't go through each of these. Y'all can look at them. In region 1, there are 1,587 work orders total. Of that, there are 807 that are closed out, 626 that are approved, 148 that are in process, and whatever the difference between, looks like 6 that are new. And there, that's what I was saying. You can go in then and you can see by school, the work order count by school, and then just the aging of those. So those that are less than 30 days, 30 to 60, 90 to 120, and then over 120. You can see the count on each of those. That is what I have for work orders right now. This, and like I said, let me see if this, well, that doesn't have, there is a bar here if you need to slide in, and if you need to zoom in. Again, this is on our website. I'm gonna try to see if I can remember how to get to this now, just so everybody can find this. So if you go to our website, our main front page, go to data dashboards right here below the banner. You click on that, you can see all of the different data dashboards, graduation rates, finance, and there's operations, and that will go straight to this website. That's it. Any questions? Anything you want to delve into more?
Yeah. Hey, Rich, I got a quick question for you. And check me if I heard this correctly. So looks like, I think you mentioned that we have 1,000 or so month-over-month increase from the last reporting. Is that typical or is that extraordinary?
Well, if you look at the numbers, I would say that I'd say that's kind of typical. I don't think it's extraordinary, but of that, and it was between the 2 months, it was 1,500 for the total. Of those 1,500, 1,256 have been closed. So while we're getting these, then we're also closing them out pretty quick. But with the 135, I believe it is, schools that we have, 50% of which are are 50 years or older. Yeah, I think it's probably on par.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sure. Anything else?
Hearing none, thank you very much, Richard. Just
Sure.
as a side point, we have discussed asking Mary to come back and finish her presentation from last month, since it was number one so lengthy, and it was actually very very good. We want to make sure that and very robust. We want to make sure that we go back to that.
Yeah, and she is going to, I talked with her. She is going to join us in, I believe, January. She will be back. Where she is right now, she's 10 and a half hours ahead of time. So, or ahead of us. So I thought it might be better to just allow her to enjoy her trip, and we'll get with her next month.
All right, thank you, Richard. Next on our agenda is new business. And I don't think we had any notifications of upcoming community meetings or other events. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Then going down to 9B, introduction of the new member and all of our members. So if Mel, if you can stop sharing your screen. And thank you so much. And if everybody could, I don't mean to scare anybody, but if you could come on camera, and we do have a new committee member. Tommy Lester is our new committee member. We want to make sure that we welcome him. And Tommy, we did not get an opportunity to meet. And I hate that, because I always want to start off, especially as the leader of the chair of the committee, is to give an introduction to you before we actually start the meeting. So welcome. We look forward to your participation in the meetings and on the committee, and anything that you'd like to say, we definitely want to hear.
Just like to say I'm glad to be here. I'm a native of Atlanta, come from Atlanta public schools, but live in DeKalb County for the last 25 years. I'm a commercial banker and real estate investor by trade. And I previously worked with Decide DeKalb, the Chamber of Commerce. I serve on the board of DeKalb Private Industry Council, so I'm very involved in the community. So I'm happy to be here. I want to, while you're on the phone, I want to say thanks to the staff and the team over at the DeKalb County School Systems. I appreciate everything you all do. I do have a child in the system, so just happy to be here and look forward to helping out in any way I can.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. And I serve as the chair of the committee, the E-SPLOST Advisory Committee. I do not have any children in the school system. I'm very happy to say that all of my children have graduated. I do have a great nephew that is in at Stevenson High School currently. So I kind of sort of do have a child in the system, but have worked and served the DeKalb County school system on this committee actually for 10 years now, and have done other committees as well, and very active in the local community. So welcome to our committee, and our vice chair, Daniel.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome, Tommy. I am Daniel Walker, the vice chair of the E-SPLOST Advisory Committee. I've been a DeKalb resident off and on since 1997. I currently have a 9th grader at Jordan Hills High School, and a wife who teaches at Broad Lake Elementary. So I'm spread over the breadth of the county. But I want to welcome you, Tommy, to the committee, and look forward to meeting you in person one day, and working with you to continue to help move our county forward. Thank you.
I'm gonna just go across. Kevin.
Excuse me. Welcome, Tommy. I'm Kevin Alexander. I've been in the county. How old is my oldest? My oldest is 17 now, so 17 years. Got two boys. Both of them are attending Cedar Grove High School. And I'm firmly entrenched in the private sector. I'm a chief of staff over at AT&T. And I just wanted to welcome you, and hopefully we'll bond together to move our county forward.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Lisa?
Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome. Look forward to working with you and just hearing your point of view and your knowledge that you can bring to us. And we're a pretty good board. We get along pretty good, so no drama here, okay? No drama. We're all about business. So I think that was important to share. But we've been very effective, and I hope it continues. And while I have the mic, everyone have a good holiday season for Thanksgiving.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Sabrina?
Good evening. All right. We just finished our other Board of Commission meeting. I'm glad I had a chance to step away at 6 o'clock because we were still handling business at Fulton County. But Tommy, welcome. I'm Sabrina McTier. I am currently the budget manager over at Fulton County, former controller, but I've had two children in the school system. My youngest child, Grace, is at the DeKalb School of the Arts. I'm from Los Angeles and moved to DeKalb County about 16, 17 years ago. Family that works, one at Lithonia High School. My sister is assistant principal at Smoke Rise Elementary School. So even though my children are moving on and up, my oldest daughter came through DeKalb County schools too. She just graduated from Yale in May. So as I plan to be an empty nester, I'm super excited to always stay connected. And that's the important thing, because not only do your tax dollars are at work, but we actually get to see and comment monthly on making sure that, you know, the E-SPLOST funds and where it's going. And I take that very, very seriously. So I'm so happy that you're here, and I look forward to working with you.
All right, thanks, Sabrina. Let's see. Okay, I know I'm going to butcher your name, so I'm going to throw out my disclaimer now. Lavatrice. Lavitris. I knew I was going to butcher it. I'm so sorry.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lavitris Jordan. I'm a product of DeKalb County myself, graduated from Ronald E. McNair High. It's class of 2000. I have two graduates myself, both Cedar Grove. Been DeKalb County resident for as long as I can remember. I work for Department of Community Health as Compliance Specialist. I love this group because it allows me to see the transparency as to where our tax dollars are going and the whole process and how things work. So welcome aboard, Tommy.
All righty, thank you. Ning? Ben?
Hello, my name is Min Kay. Are you asking for me, Kathy? Hi.
Yes, I was.
Sorry. Hi, Tommy. Welcome aboard. My name is Min Kay. I've actually been a resident of DeKalb County since 1978. I came up through DeKalb County schools. I went to Redan High School in Stone Mountain, Georgia, and both my daughters actually attend the magnet program in DeKalb County. My youngest is at Kittredge Magnet, and my oldest is at Chamblee High School. Welcome aboard. I look forward to working with you.
That's awesome. My daughter's at Chamblee, so yeah, we should catch up.
Really?
Sure. Yes.
What year? Is she a 10th grader?
She's a sophomore, yes. Yeah.
Oh, my daughter Ava is too.
Okay. Yeah,
we're going to have to connect.
Absolutely. Great meeting.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
All righty. And last but not least, I don't see Robert on. I saw him on, but I don't see him on any longer. Derek?
Hey, Tommy, welcome to the committee. Derek, I've been in DeKalb County, wow, ever since I graduated from college, so 20 plus years, showing my age. No kids, but I've always done community involvement and thought this opportunity, I have a background in capital improvement, facilities maintenance, so saw an opportunity to give back to the community and use some of my expertise throughout my career to help out. So look forward to working with you.
Nice, thank you.
All right, so we do have two other committee members, or three other committee members who are not on our call today. Kimberly Creighton, Robert Little, and Sarah Rudder, I think is her last name. So I'm sure you'll be meeting them soon. And again, want to welcome you. And I apologize if I'm turned this way. My gallery is on this screen and my camera is on that screen. So I'm looking, it looks like I'm looking away, but I'm not.
Fine.
Well, I am, but so welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see, unfinished business, committee training. Now that we have Tommy on, we want to revisit our committee training. Richard, did you want to speak on that?
Yeah, when you and Daniel and I talked, the days that we were looking at was either the first or second. I'm sorry, I think it's the second or third Wednesday of January, the 11th or 18th. So either one of those days, and we can either decide now, or the board, I mean, the committee can, y'all can discuss and decide and let me know, but I would say it would be at, just since everyone is used to this time, at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday.
It wouldn't be on the Wednesday that we're meeting, it'd be on the Wednesdays
Right.
before.
Right. So the 18th would be the week before. So if you want to skip a week, the 11th might be the preferred weekend, or I mean, I'm sorry, the Wednesday.
Yeah, does anybody have a preference?
I would say 11, since we have a holiday, I think, on the 16th.
Some people have a holiday, not all people have holidays. Okay, well, we'll take that into consideration when Richard, Daniel, and I talk.
Okay.
And just to kind of, we will not have a meeting in December. December was very difficult for the committee to kind of hone in on a day to meet. So we skipped December, so you get December off. Number 11, collection of recommendations from the meeting and follow-up matters for our next meeting. I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear any, Kathy, but one that I would, that the three of us had talked about when we were looking at the agenda that we haven't done, we need to do, is to update the committee contact list.
Yeah, I did ask for that during our call.
Yeah.
Now that we have the last position filled, we do need to update the contact list.
So we'll work on that and get that sent out. And then one thing the committee members were going to do was two things, actually. One is to get badges updated, if I remember correctly. And then also we need to make sure we have updated bios and pictures for everybody on the website.
Yes. I think we were missing some committee members' bios. I probably need to update mine because it's old. So is everybody good on? Probably need a reminder, Richard, just to let people know, how do we get updated badges?
Okay, we'll send out an email.
Okay. All right. And announcements.
Hey, Kathy, before you move on, I'm sorry. When you're talking about the badges and the bios, is there a process that we should follow to complete both of those tasks?
Yeah, more information, Kevin, will be given to you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Blakely, are we at announcements now?
If there are no other questions, we are at announcements.
Wonderful. Good evening, I'm sorry, good afternoon, good evening, E-SPLOST Advisory Committee. I wanted to make sure that you knew that I was here and I was listening and I'm supporting the work that's going on. But I also wanted to make sure that I welcome Mr. Lester. Welcome to the committee. We look forward to your input. We have a very special person with us tonight, Ms. Blakeney, and that is Mr. Eric Hofstetter. Mr. Hofstetter officially started with the district on yesterday as our Chief Operations Officer. And he has been listening to the call. And I just wanted to formally introduce him to the committee so that you would know who he is and know that he will be primary person that you will be working with as we move forward. Mr. Hofstetter?
Yes, and thank you very much, and good evening, committee, and I appreciate all your time for being here, especially giving up your evenings and volunteering to do this. It's so important that we hear from this, and that way we can take all the things that you're saying and help make us accountable so that we can continue to build and construct and maintain world-class future-focused schools, but also honor all the traditions and the deep traditions that are here in part of our all throughout our DeKalb County communities. So I look forward to working with you all and making great things ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Hofstetter. And welcome to DeKalb County School District as well. Let's see, other announcements. Richard, did you want to make the announcement?
Yeah, on the, I believe this was sent out to everyone, the advisory committee meeting dates. Like we have done typically in the past, we've selected the fourth Wednesday of every month, January through October. One thing I did want us to discuss is November, and I know we've done this in the past where we've talked about either meeting the week before or the week after Thanksgiving. So that's why we have both days on there, the November 15th and November 29th. So,
okay. Well, you know what, because we're almost at the end of our agenda, I would say let's put that on our agenda for January that we
okay.
can discuss it and vote on it.
Okay.
And then move on.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, Sabrina, you had a question?
Yes, Chair. For the good of the group, can the email with the dates be resent? Because I'm not certain I picked it up.
Yeah, we'll send that out
Thank
to
you.
everyone.
Well, you know what? We will send out what was sent now, but we'll have to vote on how we're going to move our November 2023 meeting.
Yes.
So, yes, Daniel.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We at least do need to agree to meet, well, finalize the date for the January 2023 meeting.
For our meeting?
Yes, well, yes.
It should be on the 25th, I believe. January 25th, 2023.
Okay, as long as it's properly documented, I'm good.
As long as it's not, I'm sorry.
As long as it's properly documented, and everyone knows that is the date, then I'm good.
Yeah, that is the date.
Okay, all right.
I think we put too many commas in the date, but yeah.
But I just want to make sure we're covered. Have all the, I's dotted and T's crossed.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, all right.
And thank you for that. for that. Any other meeting committee member announcements? All right, just one small announcement. Just a reminder that we do take attendance. It is in our bylaws that you attend our meetings, and we are trying to maintain at least a 90% average I think we're now falling below it because I see that Sarah is now, this is her third absence and it's her second consecutive. So we have a little opportunity there. So Richard, Daniel, if y'all can hang on, we need to discuss that. So please be mindful that that you do attend our meetings. It's once a month for about an hour and a half, if that. And it's very extremely important because number one, if we don't have a quorum, we cannot do any business. So please make sure that you attend on time. If you have any questions or any issues, feel free to give me a call or send me an email. I'm always available. All right. So, are they, and Dr. Tinsley, I think it's time for us to do our quarterly meeting. So I will be hopefully contacting you very soon.
Yes, I
Or if
welcome.
not, yeah, I think after the Thanksgiving holidays, we need to meet before y'all go out on winter break.
Okay, absolutely. I look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Okay, if nothing else, any questions, anything? All right, it is now 6:58 and our November 16th meeting is now adjourned.